Struggling Jobbergs! Welcome once again to my channel. This is Sir Job and welcome to Sir Job TV. Para po sa lahat ng mga new explorers sa akin channel, yung first time pa pong na-discover ang akin channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be updated with my upcoming videos. So in the discussion of understanding culture, society, and politics, we are now in MELC number 4. So I already discussed to you the concept of becoming a member of society on our previous video. So now let us continue discussing the MELC number 4. So the topic for this morning that I'll be discussing to you is all about the functions of socialization. This is my video number 36. When we are discussing of socialization, it is very important that we know what are the functions, okay, for us to appreciate the concept and for us to embrace the concept holistically. So basically in this video, you will learn what are the things to be developed within you as a social actor in the interaction. So ladies and gentlemen, these perspectives on socialization helps identify formation of individuals, which is essential in establishing his or her social role. Essential, highlight natin itong statement, essential in establishing his or her social role. Ibig sabihin, as a social actor, ano ang role mo in the interaction? As a social actor, ano ang role mo in the society in the very first place? Kasi nagva-vary po ang ating role, and you know that you observe with that kind of reality, nakikita natin yan, di ba? We have different roles. Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa aking mga videos in the discussion, do not compare yourself to other people because basically we have different social role. We have different social functions at the very end of the day. So you have to check this out kung ano yung mga role ninyo as a teenager, as a child, for example, or kung ikaw ay nasa 40 na or nasa 60 na, you have to act accordingly kung ano yung role mo in the society and in the interaction for us to be able to acquire or to experience a harmonious relationship within each other. So basically, that's the point of this particular discussion. Likewise, it includes the following functions. Okay, number one, the functions of socialization is personality and role development. Okay, again, personality and role development. What does it mean when we speak of personality and role development? It is through the process of socialization that we develop our sense of identity and belongingness. Again, pag sinabi kong personality and role development, you always have to think that this is the point wherein one develops a sense of identity and belongingness, meaning to say, I am part of this community, I am part of this society. That is one of the things that you will be able to acquire once you have to function properly the concept of socialization, because this is how you recognize yourself as part of the group. Okay, if your group is a subgroup within a group, then you are recognizing yourself as part of the group still. So that is basically the point. So like for example, you have to tell yourself that, oh, I am a Filipino. Wherever I go in the world, I am a Filipino. That's one thing that you have to learn upon embracing the concept of what is socialization all about. Take note that sense of identity and belongingness is very important. This is your foundation actually. When you know yourself, very important to. Ito yung pinakaunang step natin. We should really recognize ourselves at the very end of the day. So again, when we speak of personality and role development as one of the functions of socialization, we always have to remember the concept of sense of identity and belongingness. That's basically very important. Second is skills development and training is the much needed social skills such as communication, interpersonal, and occupational are developed. So dito sa skills development and training, isa sa mga pinaka madidevelop sa iyo is ang communication skills. of course, with the use of socialization, you could be able to develop your communication skills. Okay, it differs when a child is not exposed to the social world. Okay, na compare ninyo, like for example, this child is being controlled by the family, nakastay lang sa bahay, may tutor, may yaya and everything. Wala siyang public life, wala siyang social life. Take note of that particular, observe the development of that particular child. You compare that one to a certain child na binigyan ng kalayaan ng family, lumabas, nagkaroon ng friends, active ang social life. Take note of that particular child. You observe the differences, how they develop, specifically their language skills or communication skills. But nowadays, it's no longer difficult for us to develop this particular skill because even staying at home, we could be able to learn different languages and we could be able to develop our communication skills by the use of the social media and any other platforms that is available nowadays online. But definitely, you can never still compare the natural socialization that can be done outside world and that can be done in a natural setup. So that's basically the point. You really, really need to allow your child or your children to be exposed in the outside world and to communicate with other people because that's very important na ma-develop yung kanilang communication skills. We also have interpersonal. I already discussed this once sa aking mga previous videos. When we speak of interpersonal, it is a kind of attitude of a child wherein he knows how to deal with other people. Okay, because pag sinabi nating intrapersonal, you know yourself better, you know how to manage yourself better. That is intrapersonal. But when I'm speaking of interpersonal, you know how to deal other people easily. Okay? Marunong kang makihalubilo and you know how to socialize in general. That's the point of interpersonal. And this is very important when you are making your own business and in everyday life. For survival, very important po na na-develop po ang ating interpersonal skill as part of our intelligences. And of course, in skills development and training, nadidevelop din dito ang occupational, okay, or the point where a certain child thinks of what kind of job that I would like to become in the future or sino ako in the future because there is socialization, meaning to say you mingle with different people, you encounter different jobs of different people, nakikipag-usap ka sa kanila. So basically, when that particular interaction is being done, then you could be able to be inspired at some point. Or one day I would like to become like this one, or one day I would like to become a teacher, a doctor, a police, or whatever you want to become in your life in the future. So that's basically one thing that will be developed in the socialization process. Okay, let's go now to the number 3, which is the values formation. Okay, values formation, individuals are influenced or engulfed by the prevailing values of social groups and society. Diba there's a famous saying that says, tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. That's basically, according to them, that's not true. But for me, if we have to analyze, okay, does the line that says, tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are, has at some point, there is actually fact about it. Diba? Because later on kasi, yung mga nagiging kasama mo, yung friends mo, yung mga peer groups mo at whatever, later on kasi, they will create influence within your system. Okay? Kahit sabihin pa natin na, ay, yung mga friends ko, happy-go-lucky lang sila, and then I am a studious, pero friends kami. But later on kasi, yung system mo na fina-follow mo sa sarili mo, napapalitan niya ng practices na ginagawa ng grupong ito. Or what kind of group na you are being part of or sino ang mga friends mo. Kaya nga nung college ako, I'm always, and even yung elementary, high school, and even until now, gusto ko talagang makig-friends sa mga matatalinong individuals because I'm always thinking na hopefully I could also be developed as like them. Pero no, there's no insecurity about it. I just want to be inspired, no, by them. I just want to know kung ano yung mga ginagawa nila in order for them to be developed as such or in that kind of way of thinking. So basically, that's the point. It's up to you. It's your choice. But basically, according to the concept of socialization, one thing na madidevelop po dito is the values formation. So take note of the most important portion of this particular concept, prevailing values of social groups and society. So hopefully you will also have to consider in choosing a friends, yun pong mga tao na magbibigay sa iyo ng mabuting influence. That's basically very important, no? Yung may mga taong may pangarap, yung may mga taong may pagmamahal sa kanilang pamilya. Ito yung mga taong, at especially yung mga taong may fear sa Panginoon. Yan po ang pinakamagandang set of friends na pwede mong malapitan or maging kaibigan for the rest of your life. So that's basically one thing that you have to consider, okay? Because again, as I said to you, later on, nai-influence tayo sa kung sino or what kind of people ang nagiging part sa ating circle. Whether we like it or not, they will create influence within our system. That's basically the fact. Okay, let's proceed now to the number 4, social integration and adjustment. The socialization process allows us to fit in an organized way of life by being accustomed, including cultural settings. So pag sinabi nating social integration and adjustment, highlight niyo po ang statement na fit in an organized way of living. So when you interact or when you socialize, when you integrate yourself from the rest of the world, okay, you will develop also the sense of an organized way of living. Meaning to say, you will learn something from these people, paano nila ginawa ang kanilang life. Like for example, ngayon, talagang there's a factor also of social media na nakikita natin. May mga relationship na ganito ang nangyayari sa kanilang relationship because they manage well. May mga naging successful sa business. Ito yung starting point nila, but now they are earning something like this one. So, these are the things na pwede nating makuha, okay, when we speak of socialization basically. And aside from that, by means of social integration and adjustment, we could also be accustomed in different cultural settings. So meaning to say, we learn to understand. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, di ba, there are two ways for us to be accustomed with different cultures. Pwedeng basahin natin sila sa libro or panoorin natin sila sa mga video, or pwede rin mismo tayo ang pumunta sa place and we understand that particular culture. So basically, in the social integration and adjustment, it's very important also na nagkaroon tayo ng immersion with their culture. I'm talking with, you visited already the place, you mingled with them, you make band with them, and personally you encountered already these particular people, so nadidevelop ang appreciation mo within within that particular culture that I'm talking. Okay, so basically that's the point. So again, pag sinabi natin social integration and adjustment, it is a way wherein, or it allows us to fit in an organized way of life. Basically, nangyayari ito by means of looking up different people na naging successful na sa kanilang different walks of life. Okay? Kung ano man po ang life na yan, kung ano man po ang kanilang tinahak na journey, you will get to be inspired by them while looking at their life as well. So, we should have to be inspired by that particular successful moments that they have now, because later on, you will also have to experience that way. So, you don't need to be insecure by them. You just have to be inspired. That's very important thinking that you have to develop within yourself. So now let us proceed to the 5th one, which is the social control and stability. When we speak of social control and stability, integration to society binds individuals to the control mechanisms set forth by society's norms with regard to acceptable social relationships and behavior. Highlight natin, pag sinabi natin social control and stability, highlight natin the concept of society binds individuals to the control mechanism. So this is the point where, because you know yourself, no, sa ating pinakaunang functions ng socialization, nagkakaroon ng unification. Okay? We define ourselves as one. Kaya nga sinabi dito, society binds individuals to the control mechanism set forth by society's norms with regard to acceptable social relationships and social behavior. There's a unified rules na fina-follow ng grupong ito. We have our leader and then we are following the leader. We are following certain norms and rules at that certain particular area, for example, or at that certain particular society. So, social control and stability. Nagkakaroon ng harmonious relationship ang socialization because there is guidelines or there are rules na pina-follow ng grupo or ng iba't ibang tao inside that particular society. So that's basically the point that we have to think about. Because remember, the goal of socialization is really to understand individuals' differences, and at the same time, we also develop ourselves by that particular interaction. So very important po ang socialization in everyday living or in for one's existence. Very important po talaga that we master how to deal socialization properly as we live in this world. Indeed, socialization continues to be an important part of human development. It is an instrument on how an individual will adapt to his existing environment in order to survive. The process of socialization enables the individuals to grow and function socially. Hence, the change in man's social reality modifies his culture, becomes internalized, that the individual imbibes it, and that in this way, from the inside, it continues to influence his conduct. The importance of socialization is very vital in man's daily life. So that would be all for this morning. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope that you will share this video to your friends and to anybody else that you think nangangailangan ng video na ito. Asahan niyo po that Sir Job TV will continue to give you meaningful discussion, especially in the field of social sciences. Thank you for watching, Golden Jobbergs. Bye-bye!